We should... There you go. Take a look around. There should be plenty of gear to choose from. I'm going to see if I can find something for these bones. You better get that on.
all you've got.
Where in Oblivion are we supposed to go? Where's the way out? Ain't there? Hadvar? I'd be glad to help a friend. What? That explains what I saw. The Jarl. We need to get word to Jarl Balg. Like I said, I'm glad to help in any way I can. Help yourself. All right, then. Take what you need, my friend. Yes, actually. The finest weapons and armor. Mm-hmm.
Needs. Take a look. Take a look.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back and we'll be off. Ever been to Markarth? Some say it was built by the dwarves. I don't believe a word of it. Traveling in. Where do you want to go? Climb and back and we'll be off. First time to Solitude? Beautiful old city. Capital of Skyrim, but I'm sure you'll... You got business at... That's what I'm here for. Good enough for me. It's the one with the saddle. We're heading up to Solitude. Stop to check out the view on the way. It's a good one.
All for sale at fair prices. How can I assist? I welcome. Take a look. May your road lead you to warm sand.
If you've come to Solitude to join the Legion, speak to Rick.
Well, one of us has to do something.
I said no. Yeah, I don't... Take a look. I better get back to cleaning.
Halt. Fine.
We'll pay whatever it takes.
Got some
but we
good
must
pieces
have
out
more
here. The
swords for
finest
Imperial
weapons and
soldiers.
armor. Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
Welcome to... Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. Good doing business. We've got... Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. All right then.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you look rather... I think I can teach you a thing or two. Take a look. I think I can teach you a thing or two. So you're interested in my potions and ingredients? Come back anytime, Kennedy.
They say, by the order of the Jarl. Smart man.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off. Ever been to Windhelm? Oldest city in Skyrim by some accounts. They say the big old palace there was built by...
I welcome. Take a look. Mayor, lead you to one side.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off. Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Whiterun from old Rory. Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off. Couldn't ask for better weather.
Khajiit, take a look.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off. If you've never been to Riften, be sure to visit the Blackbriar Meadery. A few mugs of that, and you'll forget. Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back and we'll be off. Oh, steady, old girl. I can take...
Divine state.
I help my husband the finest weapons and armor. We forge every day if you need anything.
Tools, wares, and weapons. All for sale at fair prices. Nick, I welcome you. Take a look. May your road lead you to warm sands. I have traveled far across Kajitu. Take a look. I hope that you will come to do business with us again.
Do you believe on this talk of the madness? Can the ancient ones truly have returned?
I wish I could say that I did not. In every part of Skyrim, there is talk of Dragon's Island.
May your bed be warm, and your food so many. Take a look. May your road lead you to warm sands.
Take a look. We forge every day if you need anything.
What's the Jarl going to do about it?
How are we supposed to feel safe in our own homes? Please, nothing.
Oh, do come in. I hope I have what you need. If you need it, take a look.
Oh,
I think I can teach you a thing or two. Jürgen and I both work hard. I think I can teach you a thing or two. Take a look. Good day.
What happened to you, Pop?
The Forsworn have taken full state command.
Take what you need, my friend. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. All right, then. May the gods watch over your back. The finest weapons and armor. Good day.
The Riverwood trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing. Damn thieves.
Fortune smiles upon this meeting. The longer we take a look. May your road warm sands.
And you're not bringing home any.
And you'd have me do what?
Cross the bridge at your own peril. The way is dangerous and the gate will not open. Oh. This is the College of Winterhold. Perhaps. But what is it? It would seem not just a small test, if you will. A standard spell for one's... No. Or you can try your luck with one of the Here you are. Now I'm anxious to see you cast it. Well done indeed. Well done. I think you'll be a superb addition to... I'll lead you across the bridge. Once you're inside, you'll want to speak with Mirabelle Irvine, our master wizard. Please, follow me. No matter what, spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them. Mirabelle will be waiting for you.
Rest is a perfectly valid school of magic.
Let me give you a bit of advice. If you want to work on something that's not officially allowed, don't tell anyone you're doing it. Even with the purpose. If you're going to need live tests, I hope you've got... let's just take a look then. I hope you've got... let's just take a look then.
Quit throwing your garbage everywhere.
You know, they say no. You can see me? Confound it all, I was quite... Take a look. Good day.
I care little. If you would, the summoning of undead is even... So you wish to master the arcane arts? There are few places you can pursue my type of work without fear of persecution.
Take what you need, my friend. Within reason.
I've been looking, of course. There's a new music. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
May the gods watch over your battles. The finest weapons and armor. Good day.
The Riverwood Trader. Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing. I better get back to... doesn't matter how many times you ask.
You might want to rethink that. You're missing out on something. Let me know if you see anything you like. Hello, and what are you hunting? Never mind. I don't want to know. Perhaps I'll be seeing more of you.
Seems they're the finest weapons and armor. Return anytime you need arms or armor.
Plenty of just what you see here.
Brush off the bones. The freshest in Skyrim.
These are troubled times. Be on your
You
guard
look like
out there.
everything I've got on display, really. Come back when you figure out how to spend
You wouldn't have a
money.
few. Take a look. Good luck out there. Seems like a tough time to be wandering Skyrim.
Beer and trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing. Come back to bits and pieces anytime.
No lollygagging.
Got something for just about everybody in here. Give a holler. Why, hello. Breeches, gowns, clothes for any occasion, really. Thank you for your patronage.
The worms have so many. Take a look. Away from here. May your rope lead you to
I welcome.
take a look.
Take what you need, my friend. The finest weapons and armor. Aye.
The Riverwood. Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that. Damn thief.
I don't claim to be the best. Excellent. I think you'll be glad. Thank you. I'll be sure to... blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
Welcome to... Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage? Good doing business with you.
Hello, Fred. An archer, eh? I've got just what you need. Thank you very much for your business.
A lot of time at the
Life's
market
hard.
stall, so I can learn the
Trinkets,
merchant's
odds and
trade.
ends, that
Need
sort of
more
thing.
experience if I'm going to run an inn someday.
Remember, fresh fruit and vegetables
Find it.
every day.
Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures. Good hunting.
Let me know if you see anything you like. You look rather... Got a pretty full stock of potions and alchemy reagents. Come back anytime if you need a ring.
Got something for just about every... Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures. Come back.
Take a look.
The college is an asset to Sky. So, you wish to master the arcane arts?
You know, take a look.
There are spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them. All right then.
What are you doing that for? Enchanting, sir. You've come to the right place. I'd be happy to teach. The local. You've come to the right place. I'd be happy to teach you. Until next time. Salvos, come to the right place. I'd be happy to teach you. right place, I'd be happy to teach you. Make it quick. You've come to the right place. I'd be happy to teach. Need some. You've come to the right place. I'd be happy to teach you.